Hi, today we're going to do an Ageless Strength class. It's perfect for those returning to exercise or new to exercise. We use a chair for support and balance, but if you don't require the chair to help support yourself, please feel free to step away from it. The class will be about 45 minutes long, and if you have a set of dumbbells and handheld weights, you can get those. If you don't have any dumbbells, don't worry, you can still do the exercises simply by focusing on the muscle group that we're using. Let's go ahead and begin. We're going to come to the front of our chair, separate our feet about hips distance apart, relax the arms, and sit up really tall, drawing the navel in to brace through the belly. Let's warm up those shoulders. Big shoulder rolls. Both shoulders come up by the ears. They pull straight back, squeeze those back muscles together, and then lower them down. Let's do that again. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders back, and slowly down. One more time. Good. Let's release the arms by the sides. Let them hang. We're going to take our right ear out towards the shoulder, reaching those left fingertips towards the floor to deepen our stretch. We'll allow the chin to roll forward towards the chest slowly, pausing with the chin down to the chest, and then allowing the left ear to roll over to that right side. We'll bring it down and slowly roll the head back and forth, taking your time. The next time your head is down and in the center, pause there, taking a breath, and then lift that head straight up. We're going to circle the arms, big circle all the way up. Big inhale, press and reach those palms towards the ceiling to lift our rib cage. Holding that there, let's lift our right rib cage up and do a little side stretch, a little side bend. We'll draw in through the navel as we come back to neutral. Relax those shoulders, and then side bend out the other side. We'll draw in the navel, come back to the center, and we'll release those arms. Let's give the fingers a shake, and then let's release the hands on our thighs. We're going to walk our feet a little wider than our hips distance to start to warm up or open and close these hip joints. We're going to go ahead and lift up onto the ball of the right foot, the toes of the right foot. We're going to move through the hip, internally rotating that hip, and then externally. Take it slow and easy. Good, so just kind of pivoting on the ball of that right foot, opening, closing through the hip joint. We'll do one more here. And then we'll correct the posture and come into the other side. Same thing, pushing into the ball of that left foot and then turning that whole leg in and then opening wide. Turn it in, take it wide. Good, a few more. Last one here. Wonderful. Let's turn the toes in and then the heels and then the toes as we bring those legs back closer together. We're going to use the arms to scoop up the right leg, and we're going to straighten that right leg as best we can, pushing through the heel, flexing the foot. Let's point the toe, pull it back, flex it again, point it one last time, back to center, draw a little circle with the ankle, both directions, and then release the leg. We'll switch. We'll scoop up, pick up that left leg, flex the foot, drive through the heel, point, flex, point, flex, release, roll the ankle both directions, and then release. Okay, let's warm up all those joints and get the body going by doing a little sprint or a little bit of an effort here to really get everything moving. We're going to toe tap. Okay, so whole foot can come off the floor, as high as you can get them, as quick as you can get them for about 30-second effort. We warm ourselves up. Let's keep those toe taps happening and spread the legs a little bit further apart. Good, and we'll take a football run, a wide run. We'll bring those legs a little closer together. Keep moving them. Take it wide. One more time, closer together. Come on. Good. Last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Feet come to a rest. And we're going to work our way out of our chair. Let's bring the feet underneath our knees. We're going to cross the arms. If you'd like to use the chair, go ahead and do so. As we stand, it's a hip hinge, reaching our chest forward, looking out in front of us, driving the weight into the heels as we slowly ease our way out of the seat. Good. We're going to take a few squats here. Let's release arms. We're going to set ourselves up so that we are comfortable, knowing that our chair is right behind us. Our fingertips reach down towards the floor, and as we squat, perhaps they can touch or tap the top of our seat. Let's go ahead. Come into a squat, maybe tapping those fingers to the chair if you can reach, and then slowly stand. We're going to repeat this 4 more times. Drive through those hips all the way down and all the way up. If you can get your tush to tap that seat, that's even better. We're making sure that our knees do not go past or forward of our toes, of our shoes. Good. This last one, let's hold it down here in our squat. You can rest your hands on your thighs. Continue to draw that low belly in to brace your long spine. We're holding for 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly stand tall. And let's kick those legs out. Give them a little shake just to loosen it all up. All right. We're going to go behind the chair or beside the chair. If you don't need the chair, that's fine. Again, you don't have to use the chair. We're going to do some standing leg work. I'm going to come a little bit to the side of the chair just so that you can get a better view. We're going to start with our heels together and our toes wide in ballet first position. We're going to draw into the navel to lift and lengthen through the body, squeezing those inner thighs together, flexing through the thighs, hips, and glutes. Okay? Chair if you want it for balance. Just going to work through a little bit of a stretch first. We're going to come down into a squat. Heels stay together, feet on the floor, knees are wide. Okay? Knees are wide. Slowly as we stand, squeeze through the tailbone, through those glute muscles to bring you up. Let's take this down, this wide squat again. Squeeze through the buttock. Good. 3 more. We'll plie and squeeze. 2. And we'll take 1 more here. Good. Now we're going to add on a little. So we'll come down into our wide plie. Tail is a little tucked. Getting this belly pulled in tight. We're going to lift both heels. Okay? Pressing into the balls of the feet. We straighten the legs, get tall on our toes. Dropping the heels, continuing to squeeze the inner thighs together. Let's do that again. We squat down into wide plie. Heels come up. Lift through the body, press into the toes, and then lower down. We'll take 3 more. Down, plie, heels lift. Good, stand tall, squeeze to the midline. 2 more, down we go. Heels lift, stand tall, squeeze to the midline. Very last one, down low. Heels lift, squeeze to the top, and lower those heels down. Wonderful. All right, let's go ahead and take that right heel forward of the left toe. Watch the hips if they don't turn, that we're continuing to keep our hip bones pointed straight ahead, and we're pulled into that navel. Chair if you'd like it. We're going to extend that right leg straight front, straight forward, leading with the heel. A lift and a lower. Draw the navel in as you lift. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. We're doing great. Let's keep those hips forward. 2 more big lifts. Last one, leave that leg lifted. Let's bend the knee, bring the heel towards the other knee, and then let's straighten. Flex the thigh. Bend the knee, bring it in. Flex, push it out. And flex. We're strengthening all those muscles of the leg, especially those alongside of the knee, giving us extra support and stability for the knee joint. We'll take 2 more of these. Last one. And release. We'll set up for the other leg. We'll take the left heel in front of the right toe. We'll square up, pull our shoulder blades down, chair if you'd like, extending that left leg straight forward. Pull it here through the hip flexor and the navel. And all along this inner thigh. And 2 more. The next one is the one we'll hold that up there, bending the knee, heel come in, heel pushes away. Heel comes in and pushes away. Good, flexing that inner thigh. 3 more. Quite a balance challenge. We've got 1 more left. Good, and release. Again, let's give those legs a little kick, a little shimmy, a little shake. While we give the legs a little bit of a break, if you have dumbbells, let's go ahead and pick them up. We'll switch from our leg focus to our upper body focus from our weights. We're going to take ourselves into a bicep curl. Our right leg is going to come forward, left leg back. A split stance with soft knees. All right, we're going to work both arms together here, rotating through the wrists in our bicep curl. So as we exhale, we turn the palms towards the chest, and we lower, turning the palms towards the thigh. Exhale, draw the navel in, bend the elbows, bring the weights up. Inhale, uncurl those wrists and arms. Exhale up. Inhale, controlling that descent, making sure we're not letting gravity do the work, that we're in control of both motions. We're going to take 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Let's switch those legs. So we're going to go ahead and take that left leg forward, right leg back. This time we're going to pump some iron, moving one arm and then the other. We're going to keep the palms facing inward in a hammer curl. Right arm curls up. As it comes down, the left arm curls. So we're braced through the entire movement to help keep the body steady. Wonderful. Shoulder blades are continuing to stay tucked down. The head is up. The neck is long. We're going to give this one 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms rest at the side. We're stepping back and rolling out those shoulders a little bit. All right, we're going to take this into a row and a tricep push back. Stepping that right leg forward, left leg back. We're going to balance that right hand or weight on the right or forward thigh. Left arm is going to hang. And we're going to hinge a bit from the hip so that we don't have a round back, but we have a long spine with our chest open and navel in. We're going to take a row. The elbow pulls up, and then we're going to take a tricep press back as we straighten or extend the arm behind. Then the elbow, bring it in, and then slowly lower that row down. Here we go. Let's do 10 here. Elbow up, row, press back, bring it in, control it down. Bring it up, push it back, bring it in, control it down. Good. All the way through the motion. The navel staying tight. The chest staying open. We're already halfway there. 5 more to go. If you don't have that weight, that's fine. Just make sure you're pausing at the top of each movement. So at the row, you pause at the top. At the press back, you pause and squeeze, and then you bring it in and release. Last 2. Last 1. Good. We're releasing. We're just going to switch legs, switch sides. Navel is drawn in, working through the right arm, driving the chest forward. We row, press back, bend and bring it in, and then down. Good. Try to keep that wrist locked. So we're working the arm, and not just that wrist. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Next one is your last. 1. Good. We'll release. We'll step back and together. Feet are on hips distance, and we'll roll out those shoulders. While we're here with our weights on either side and our feet at hips distance, let's take a couple of shallow squats. Shallow squats. So we're going to sit back like we're sitting in a chair. Knees are staying behind the toes, not going forward of them. The belly is tight, and we just got this extra weight from our dumbbells. And then slowly we'll stand tall. We're going to do that 4 more times. Hips back, lower, belly tight, we stand tall. We can do it in front of our chair if we're feeling a little uncertain. Let's take 1 more and hold it down there. So we're going to hold in our squat, pause in our squat, lock everything up in that belly, continuing to put our weight in our heels. We could wiggle our toes in our shoes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand tall. Kick those legs out. Give them a little shake. And then let's go ahead. We can put our weights either on our floor or on the seat of our chair as we turn our attention back to a few more lower body exercises. Right. Standing behind your chair, feet are hips distance, soft in our knees. We're going to take an athletic stance here, okay? A little, not stick straight, but a little bit of an athletic stance. And we're going to lift our left leg out to the side. Big lift and lower. Let's keep that foot flexed. Lift and lower. You can feel that outside hip and glute. Navel tight to help us balance. Good option to lift the left arm. Maybe both arms. Your choice. We've got about 3 more. Next one will be the last one. And we'll release. All right. Make sure you have enough space so that you can shift or switch so that we can move the right leg. We'll take the same thing, our athletic stance. Draw the navel into brace, pull our shoulder blades down. When we're ready, that right leg lifts to the side and lowers slowly. Option of the left arm lifting. Maybe we take both arms. Arms only going as high as our shoulders, not above that level. Lower some stability through the core. A little pause, a little balance challenge as the leg is lifted. 4 more. Next one is your last one. Good, you'll release and roll out those shoulders. All right, standing from behind the chair. We're going to take those Heels in just slightly, not our full ballerina stance, just slightly. We'll take a soft stance and we're going to step out into a wide squat with our left leg. Take a big step out from behind the chair. We're looking at our toes to make sure the knees and the toes are pointed in the same direction. Dropping down into the squat, we stay braced through the navel, aligning those knees again over the ankles, behind the toes, and pointing the same direction of the toes. We're feeling inner thigh, outer thigh, and glutes. We're going to drop down a little lower, squeeze into the belly, come halfway up, come back down, and then squeeze through the glutes, straighten both legs all the way to the top. We'll sink down, wide squat, halfway up, back down, all the way up. Good, so we're going to stay with that. Down, halfway up, down, straight legs. Good, squeezing through those glutes. Moving slow and controlled. Wonderful, 4 more. Last 2. Last time through. Wonderful. Let's keep the legs wide, but straighten out our feet so that our toes are pointed forward and our heels are pointed directly behind us. Coming into a side lunge, we're going to hinge from those hips. As we bend our right knee, we're driving our hips back. So the right knee ends up over the ankle, and that left leg is long and straight. We feel that inner thigh. On the inhale, let's come back to center, both legs straight. On the exhale, let's reverse and go to the other side. Driving hips back, we're bending that left knee, feeling the right inner thigh. Inhale, straight legs, center. Exhale, bend right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend left. Inhale, center, the right. Center and left. We'll take one more time on each side, each leg. Last one here. Good, and coming back through center. Let's turn the toes in towards one another. And then let's turn the heels in, and then toes and heels, so that we can walk those legs back into center or underneath our hips. All right, so we're going to alternate wide squats, stepping out with one leg and then the other. Standing directly behind your chair will give you access to that chair back for balance, should you need it. Let's step that right leg out to the side wide, toes and knees same direction, drop into that squat, push into the heels, step your right foot in. Left leg now steps out wide. We drop down into that squat, push into the heels, left leg comes in. Because we're alternating sides, step out wide right, and step out wide left. Good, let's take 3 more sets. So 3, 2, good, last one on each side. So see what we can do here, get low. Good, last one here. And center release. Let's straighten out those legs. And now let's turn it into alternating side lunges. So we're going to step out wide into our right. Hips go back, left leg this time stays straight. Only the right knee bends. Exhale, press off. Let's go out to the left. Left leg steps out, hips back, press into the left heel, center. Step out to the right, side lunge, press off, center. Continue to alternate side to side, 3 sets left. We'll take one more on each side. Last one. Good. So we're through and we're into our center. Heart may be a little bit faster than it was when we started. Let's go ahead and pick up our dumbbells for a second round of upper body. Make sure you're squatting when you pick up your dumbbells so as not to stress the back, okay? Let's take right leg forward, left leg back. And nice, comfortable stance. Okay? We're going to turn our palms to face forward or face away, locking up through the belly. Both arms are going to work together in a bicep curl. Exhaling, arms slowly come up towards chest, and then just as slowly they lower down. Exhale, bend the elbow, draw the navel in. Inhale, slowly lower. Good. 3 more like this. Really slow and controlled. Good. Let's bring those dumbbells up to the chest, elbows bend, locking the belly. We're going to work the upper part. So the weights are only going to come halfway down so that wrists are parallel with our elbows. So halfway down, brace your belly. Exhale, bring the weights back up. Halfway down. Exhale, bring them back up. Take 3 more here, top half. Making sure those shoulder blades are not rounding forward. Good, then we're going to go all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to do just the bottom half. So the weights stop, again, with hands directly in line with the elbows, and then slowly we release. Squeeze belly halfway up, slowly release. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Releasing, full bicep curl from bottom to top. Exhale, bend the elbow, bring them up, slowly all the way down. Keep going. Take 1 more. And then let's release those arms by your side, rolling out the shoulders, switching legs. We're going to take the left leg forward, the right leg back. We're going to take a hip hinge, and we're just going to come into our tricep pushbacks, okay? So 1 row. Let's hold the row, drop the shoulders down, lengthen the neck, bracing the belly, tricep pushback, both arms extend behind, both elbows bend to bring them in. Breast is straighten, and to bring it in. Good, keep those shoulder blades squeezed together tightly. 3, 2, 1 more, really good one. Pause back there when they're extended, and then slowly release and roll those shoulders out. Let's take the weights in front of our thighs if we have them. If not, we can take those hands and we can just take empty hands and reach them towards our chair. So if we're feeling unsteady, okay, if we're feeling unsteady, on our deadlift here, we can hip hinge, tap the chair, and then straighten up. If we're feeling comfortable with having something in our arms and our hands, we can allow the weights to hang out in front of our thighs, take our hip hinge, pull the belly in, straighten up. Okay, let's do 10. Hip hinge, squeeze the buttock, tighten the belly, straight, hips back. Good, as we move through these deadlifts, there's a slight bend in our knees. We want to make sure they're not hyperextended or locked out. There's a little bit of a bend within them. And if you feel a lot of pull in those hamstrings, feel free to leave your knees bent a little bit more. Main thing is to keep the back straight, not round, and to have our chest driving forward and open throughout the movement. We're feeling those hamstrings, the back of our thighs. Last one here, really good one. Good, and we'll roll out those shoulders and we'll release. Excellent. Okay, let's go ahead and put those weights down again, either on top of your chair or underneath. We'll do one more round with our legs here before we come into the chair. Let's step beside our chair, okay, beside our chair. Soft again in those hips. We're going to take our right foot behind us, and this time we're leading the heel up, okay? So we're leading the heel up. The right knee has a little bend in it, left knee also bent, but the torso is straight. We want to try and drive this right hip flexor forward. Okay, so a little tuck underneath of our tailbone will do that for us. We'll drive that hip forward. We're going to bend that right knee behind us to drop down without bending forward, and then lift, straighten up. Okay? Bend and lift. Keep those glutes tucked under to drive through that right thigh and hip flexor. Last two. Good, last one here. Perfect. Let's step together and switch legs. Left foot goes behind. Tuck under a little. Lift through the chest. Already feeling this hip flexor and thigh. We start to bend that left knee and straighten. Good. Bend and straighten. We'll take 3 more. Last one here. Good. We'll step together. Give them a little kick, a little shimmy, a little shake. Wonderful. Working with the right leg, and the right leg. Chair if you want it. We're going to take our right heel forward. Toes are up, heel forward. Heel tap. So right heel taps, and then the foot comes back. Heel tap, and come back. Now we're going to transition this to prevent falling, to teach us to train our muscles, our muscle memory, to land the foot, heel first, and then ball of the foot down. So let's transition it. It's a little step forward, heel first, then drop the top of the foot, the ball of the foot, and then press off. Heel forward, drop the top of the foot, press to stand back. Keep going. Heel forward, ball of the foot, step back. Maybe as you get a little more comfortable with it, you can take a larger step. And maybe you can take a higher step. Heel, ball of the foot, big step back. Almost like you're stepping over something. We're going to take 3 more. This one will be the last one here. We're going to do the same thing with the other leg. We're just going to start with heel taps, rooting all of our weight into that right leg, that left heel, just tapping forward, a little push off from that heel. Almost like you were going to step and change your mind. Let's transition it. Heel, and then the front of the foot drops, the ball of the foot drops, and then we step back. Heel front, step back. And maybe a little bigger step, a little higher step. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Let's give those legs a good kick. Arms are going to rest by our side. Feet are going to come in at hips distance, maybe slightly wider. We're going to do a little bit here through our core, through our rib cage. Okay, through our core, our rib cage. Let's take that right arm up towards the sky, and let's lift that right rib cage, pulling in through the belly as we do. So we get a big stretch along the right side of the body. Left arm hangs. Let's draw the navel in and let's switch. As that right arm lowers, left arm comes up. Good, draw the navel in, switch. And you could also be standing behind the chair so that the lower arm is able to touch the seat back to give you a little bit of stability. Moving slowly, focusing on the outside and inside of our waist. That's where the movement is coming from, these obliques at the side of our waist and deep down in the transverse abdominis, pulling us upright. We're going to take one more on each side. Very last one. Let's roll those shoulders, take a big indulgent shoulder roll. One more. Good, and we'll release. Let's go ahead and come down to seated in our chair. Wonderful. Let's pick up one heavy dumbbell, just one. If your dumbbells are very light and you'd like to hold one in each hand, that's fine as well. I have a little bit heavier dumbbell, so I'm just going to take one on either side. We're going to do a little bit of over the head work, but be mindful that by over the head, I mean out and in front of the head, not over and behind the head. Okay? All right. Stable in our feet, knees are over the ankles, belly is tight and our spine is long. Elbows are kind of tucked in here as we press above, but out in front of the face. And then lower slowly, keeping elbows in. Okay, I'll turn sideways for the view. Belly tight. We press up. And slowly lower. Press up. And slowly lower. Good. We're going to take 6 more. Three, 2, last one. And we'll release this weight down onto our legs, onto our thighs. Let's take the weight or weights in close to our chest. Elbows are tucked in, armpits are closed. Feet are hips distance, and we're forward in the chair. We're going to work again on our obliques, our core. We're going to take a rotation. So think of a string pulling the top of your head up to your ceiling and drawing your navel tight. On the exhale, we're going to turn our whole chest off to the left side and then slowly back to center, twisting to the right, center, and left. Now as we're rotating through the weights, we're trying not to shift in our chair. We don't want our legs or knees moving. We just want to isolate that little movement, that little rotation through the waist and navel. Good. We'll take 3 more times, either side. 3, 2, 1 more each side, and big a twist as you can get. Once. And release. Let's lower the weight down. Take a couple of shoulder rolls here. And then let's take the weight all the way down to the floor, mindful to hinge from the hip so as not to strain the back. Let's take our right heel forward with our toes up. We're going to sit very tall in our seats. Hands can go on our hips or underneath the chair if we feel like we need a little extra stability. Inhaling as we extend through the spine, and then exhaling as we reach our chest forward and towards our toes until we feel a big stretch here in our hamstring, the back of our thigh, and in our calf. If you want a little more calf, continue to pull your toes back towards your body, towards your shin. Each exhale is an opportunity to reach the chest further forward to deepen your stretch. On our next inhale, we'll slowly start to rise. Keep the belly locked, and you can use those arms. We'll bring the right leg back with us, and then extend through the left. Inhaling to get tall, again on the edge of our seat. You start to exhale, reach the chest forward towards those left toes, long spine, toes pulling back, breathing slowly and deeply, allowing those muscles to soften. One more full inhale and exhale. And then on the next inhale, slowly we'll start to rise all the way to the top. We'll bring that left leg in. Again, we'll take a nice little shoulder roll. All right, let's work on the hip and glute stretch. If we're able to, we can take that right foot all the way on top of the left thigh. If the hips are a little bit too tight or you've had some joint replacements, simply crossing that right ankle over the left shin. Okay? But if you're so situated that your hips will allow, go ahead and bring that right ankle all the way on top of that left thigh. You'll already feel a little stretch probably in the hip and glute. To deepen that stretch, as you inhale, get tall, and then exhale, it's a hip hinge. Again, reaching that chest out front. Lengthen through the spine, not round through it, but lengthen it. Slow the breathing. Make it a full inhale where you fill up the belly with air. And then as you exhale, empty that belly completely. That's where we get a really nice release in that back as well as the hip and glute. On the next inhale, use the hands to support you as you slowly come back up. We're going to release the right leg, and we're going to cross over on the left. Left leg, either ankle on the shin or ankle up on top of that thigh. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, hip hinge, chest reaching forward, long spine, long neck. Arms are just relaxed. Breathing slow and deep. On the next inhale, again, using hands if you'd like, we slowly rise. We'll release this left leg. We're going to come into a twist to help release that spine. Let's take our right hand on our left leg. Right hand crosses over the left leg. Left hand can hold on underneath the chair or onto the back of the chair. Inhale, sit up as tall as we can, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, pressing that right hand against the left thigh. We turn from our waist. The knees are still pointed forward. Our spine is tall and our shoulder blades are down. The head is turned to look over the left shoulder. Each exhale is an opportunity to use those arms to help us get into a little deeper twist. We never want to feel any pain. Just find the tension and breathe to release. On the inhale, we'll slowly untwist, and we're going to swap the arms out. Left arm, right leg, right arm on the chair. Exhaling into the twist, keeping the spine long and our shoulders down. Full inhale, belly and chest expand. Exhaling completely, emptying out. On the next inhale, we'll slowly uncurl, coming back to center. We're going to grab onto the bottom of our chair or maybe the legs of the chair, wherever the hands land or rest. We're going to open the front of the body, stretching out our abdomen and chest. I'll turn sideways so that you can get a little bit better view. On the inhale, we're going to lift our chest up towards the ceiling, lift the chin a little bit as well. Feel the length and the stretch across the front of the body. On the exhale, we're going to fold in, drawing that navel in. We're going to round through the back and allow the head to come down towards the chest. Inhale, open, extend our spine, shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, fold from the center point, from your navel to round the back. One more time. Inhale, open, lift, and extend. Exhale, fold in, coming round. Inhaling, coming back to neutral if you're seated in an upright, comfortable position. Let's scoot back in our chairs to allow the backrest to support us. Bring our feet around hips distance, just so we feel comfortable here. Let's take our palms and turn them face up. Then pull our elbows back so that they're around our rib cage. A couple of little shoulder rolls here. We're going to jut our chin forward. Okay? So thinking of ET, we're extending the chin forward and pull that chin all the way back. I know you feel like it's a double chin, but don't worry about that. The neck actually feels really good. Pull back here. One more time. Jut it forward just so you know that it's forward. And then pull it back and hold it back. So holding that chin back. Feeling no tension in the neck. All right. One more deep breath. Let's take a brief relaxation, closing or softening the eyes of the gaze. Let's just let all the tension go, releasing tension in our forehead and our temples. Relaxing our eyes. Our cheekbones and our jaw are softening, letting go. Tension leaving our neck. Our shoulders sinking into their pockets. Relaxing the arms, the hands and the fingers. The chest open, our breathing remains very deep and slow. We make whatever adjustments we need to help the spine align so that we're not leaning forward or backwards. We unclench our glutes, relaxing our hips and our thighs, our calves, feet, and toes. We let all tension go in the body. We'll allow the weight of our head to take our chin slowly down towards the chest. Enjoying the stretch in the back of the neck and across the upper back. We'll take our arms, let them drop off to our sides. And then on the inhale, let's take the arms wide and overhead. A big inhale, big stretch, big lift. Lift the head. Everything reaches for the ceiling. Palms will press to come together and draw down through our heart center. The highest light in me honors the highest light in you. Namaste.